Okay, hello everyone. Uh, my name is Dhruv Patel. Thank you for your time today, and let's get started. Thank you once again for joining in today for Integrate and Automate with Service Desk Plus webinar. So the topics we are going to cover today is introduction. So not only talking about introduction of myself, but also introduction of the team, ManageEngine team that is based in New Zealand, and ManageEngine, introduction of the ManageEngine and Zoho. We are also going to cover the integration part, how Service Desk Plus integrate with other managed engine solutions and third-party solutions and what things we can achieve. We are also going to cover automation and cost optimization in the last. So just to give you a snapshot of what ManageEngine is. So ManageEngine is basically a global brand that has got wide range of solutions. And ManageEngine is a division of Zoho Corp. So, Zoho is basically one of few privately owned billion-dollar company. And fortunately, we've got 9 out of 10, organizations using managing solutions. So globally, we have got 3 million users, and just about New Zealand, we have got over 1,000 different organizations use different multiple managed engine solutions. And as I mentioned, the portfolio of Manage Engine is massive. We have got currently we have actually got like more than 90 plus solutions in the portfolio, and it is continuously growing on the basis of the market demand. ManageEngine have been recognized by Gartner and have been winning different types of awards and phases. Okay, and that's our team based in New Zealand. So that's me on the left. I am the enterprise business manager for New Zealand, responsible for growing the brand in New Zealand and also look after the customers. We've got Andre, who is enterprise sales support. So you might have seen Andre's emails in regards to pricing or pre-sale support. Andre is also responsible for doing a lot of product demonstrations and all those conversations. If you get stuck, usually Andre is the go-to person. And Krish is our solutions delivery manager. So Krish is an in-house product champion. He's very technical and he does lots of product training for our customers in New Zealand. So he actually goes on site. He does consulting depending on the environment, and he also runs the workshops like a classroom style training for our customers. So we are basically from Soft Solutions, and Soft Solutions are ManageEngine exclusive ManageEngine distributors in New Zealand, distributing since last 15 years, over 15 years actually. And we've got 20 plus staff, but we three are just dedicated for ManageEngine. Okay, let's talk a bit about what are the benefits of integrating with Service Desk Plus. So just to give you, a brief introduction of Service Desk Plus, as the name suggests, it is a ticketing tool. If you're not already aware, and Service Desk Plus is available on-prem and on cloud, and it has got different editions as well. So standard, which is a very basic ticketing system software. And then we have got professional, which would allow you to do asset management along with your ticketing. And we've got enterprise, which is like fully ITIL based, allows you to do change management, project management, problem management, incident management, all those things. Now in ManageEngine, Service Desk Plus works as a control and command center. So, as I mentioned, ManageEngine portfolio is massive, but all these solutions, they integrate with Service Desk Plus very tightly. And so, a technician or an IT administrator or a systems engineer can control so many tasks just from same console. You don't even have to, jump onto a different consoles to perform some of the activities. And what are those activities? I'm going to cover them in detail one by one in my upcoming slides. So Service Desk Plus not only integrate with internal ManageEngine solutions, as you can see, AD Manager, Desktop Central, AD Self-Service, etc., but it also integrates with many third-party applications. So some of the examples are on the top that you can see, popular ones. Just to give you an example, that we have, because Service Desk Plus Cloud integrates very tightly with Microsoft Teams, we actually have got few customers in New Zealand who use Microsoft Teams for request login. And then when the request needs to be converted into a ticket, because of the tight integration, a Teams request can be converted into a ticket, so that level of integration is available. So when Service Desk Plus integrates with network monitoring tools, so Op Manager is basically ManageEngine's network monitoring solution that is responsible for monitoring 360 degree of whatever happening in the environment. So when Service Desk Plus integrates with Op Manager or Application Manager, so many processes or workflows can be automated. So just to give you an example, any organization would have on-call engineer, right? So somebody who is always looking after what's happening in the environment. If any systems are down, if a server is down, somebody needs to jump online and need to fix those things to make sure that there is no outage. Now, just to give you an example, that our application server got turned down, got switched off at midnight. So Op Manager will obviously pick up that this particular server has turned off. It is going to create an alert, and that alert is automatically would be forwarded to Service Desk Plus. And because of the integration, you have already predefined in the Service Desk that whenever you get an alert, A, from Op Manager, and B, with the subject line, the server is down, do these 1 2 3 4 task items. So it will automatically create a ticket with priority 1 incident with number 1 task item, send SMS text message to on-call engineer. Number 2, until the on-call engineer is online, run any type of script. Number 3, if by any chance Op Manager sends another notification saying the server is back up and online, close the ticket with a predefined notes. So that level of integration is available. And this remind me that back in days when I was a systems engineer, working for Datacom and many other service providers, I have to remember that backups are always running at midnight. And when backups are running, it usually takes up the CPU. And when your CPU goes to 100%, resource goes to 100%, there the agent, the monitoring agent that is communicating with this server, it loses the connection because the agent do not have any resource to operate. And in that case, what happens is, because the connection has been broken, monitoring tool is going to generate an alert that a server is down, but the server is actually not down, it's just getting backed up. And so when I used to get up at midnight and check, by the time I'm up and by the time I look at the system, the server is back up, probably the backup is finished, and server is working fine. And so it is just not only the waste of, I don't know, the waste of my time at midnight, but it is also, I would say, a failure in the business process. So with this type of smartness, you can avoid those types of failures. And always remember that as an organization, you have to pay to your on-call engineer for getting up at midnight, so you're also saving that cost as well. Similarly, application manager is used for monitoring applications performance at a very granular level. So again, just to give you an example, you are monitoring your Exchange server's performance, because Exchange email is very important for any organization, right? So if anything happens to the Exchange server, let's say that if a resource, if a CPU hits its threshold, 95% threshold, automatically when an alert is generated, goes to Service Desk Plus. Service Desk Plus is smart enough, and because there is an integration, on the basis of the subject line, you have already defined some of the task items that, hey, look, when Exchange server reaches 95% of CPU, trigger a script to close one of these services to make sure that the application goes down and the performance is not impacted. So that level of integration is available, and that type of business flows can be set up when you integrate monitoring tool with service desk plus. Integration with the endpoint management. So desktop central is a unified endpoint management solution in ManageEngine's portfolio. And when you integrate desktop central with service desk plus, again, desktop central is responsible for giving you a report on, what are the missing patches, if a user is requesting for software installation or uninstallation. You actually use desktop central to do these tasks. Now when there is an integration, if a user is logging a job to install, let's say, Adobe in his system because he doesn't have access to do that by himself, so IT administrator or the other technician can do these tasks from the ticket itself. He doesn't even have to go to desktop central to go and install that Adobe software. Or just to give you another example, that desktop central have picked up that there is this particular device who is missing out 20 critical patches. What are the critical patches? ManageEngine do not define criticality of the patches. It is the vendor who defines. So Microsoft defines critical and security patches. Now when desktop central have picked up that one endpoint is missing out 20 critical patches, there is a red alarm. And so whenever that alert is created, again, goes to service desk plus, you already have predefined that whenever there is this type of ticket has been created, it needs to be priority 1, and task 1 2 3 4 can be automated. Either the technician can do these tasks, like go and deploy those patches into the machine, or just have one of the tasks, and service desk plus will trigger a script or something like that to patch the machine. So that can be done by integrating desktop central with service desk plus. And mobile device manager plus is just one of the aspect of desktop central. So similar type of processes, similar type of things can be done at integration with MDM. AD self-service is basically a password unlocking tool. So it empowers end users to unlock their user accounts and passwords. Now you might ask that, if AD self-service is allowing end users to unlock their user account and passwords, what's the role of technicians in here? I'll tell you. So when you integrate AD self-service with service desk plus, service desk plus have got a self-service portal where end users can log in. It is just a browser based. End users can log in. They can either create an incident, they can create a request, they can access the knowledge base articles, and they can also track the requests that have been logged by them, and they can also see the progress of those requests. So that's a self-service portal which is available by default out of the box with Service Desk Plus. Now, when you integrate this tool, AD self-service, end users will get another feature, AD self-service, in their self-service. So these people can also unlock their user accounts or reset their passwords from the self-service portal. It is also the mobile app is also available, so they can also do these tasks from the mobile app. So just imagine, as an IT manager, just imagine that how many number of calls you're just taking out, because how many users are calling to reset their passwords or unlock their user accounts. That's A. And B, just imagine about the end users experience, because end users will always feel that everything is there in their own control. They can unlock their user accounts, reset the password XYZ. They can track the tickets that they have logged. They also have got access to knowledge based articles which they can read online, and they can fix some of those issues. So it creates a very good experience for end users as well. AD Manager. So AD Manager is a Active Directory management tool. So just to be very clear, ManageEngine is not trying to compete with Microsoft here. It is just a complementary tool. So the things your native Active Directory doesn't let you do, with AD Manager you can do these tasks. And when you integrate AD Manager with your Service Desk Plus, you can automate the entire user onboarding and offboarding process. I'm going to talk in detail about this in one of the later slides, but just to give you another example of integration, let's say that if you don't have AD Self-Service Plus and end users are still logging the jobs for unlocking the user accounts, passwords, or even requesting the access for any particular folder, or all those things. So ideally, technicians have to jump onto Active Directory to either unlock the passwords, user accounts, add users to a different OU to give them access to something else, or add them to more. So all these things, again, technicians do not even have to go to Active Directory to perform these actions. Technicians can do these tasks, add in, removing user from an OU, all these things just from the ticket itself. So you don't have to give access to technicians. You don't give access to your domain controller. So that level of integration is available. Similar one is Password Manager Pro. So Password Manager Pro actually does a lot of things. It's not only a password management mode, but it also allows everyone to do privilege access management. And so privilege access management is obviously when user is going to request that I need access to this particular server, they can actually create a job for that, and technicians can, so you can set up a workflow where technicians can forward that to their manager. As soon as manager approves, yes, my guy can have access to this particular server, goes back to the ticket, gets a commented that manager have approved, and email goes to the end user saying that your access have been approved. So the entire process can be automated. So that is the benefit of integration with Password Manager Pro. And Zoho Analytics and Zoho Analytics. So Analytics Plus or Zoho Analytics, it's one of the same thing. Zoho Analytics is basically for Service Desk Plus Cloud, and Analytics Plus is for Service Desk Plus on-prem. What it does is it pulls out reports. It pulls out very granular reports. So when you integrate Service Desk Plus with your analytics, you have access to the database of your Service Desk. So it is mainly for managers or general managers, directors, to have a very granular, just like Power BI, you can have a very granular report of your Service Desk Plus. Okay, after you have integrated, what are some of the benefits or of automating? So this is just a very general architecture that I have created. So any organization would have like external and internal. So external facing devices are like your firewall, your switches and all, and your internal is your endpoint management. And ManageEngine have got solutions that are helping to manage external devices, monitor the incoming traffic, um, using Op Manager, and also monitor the devices internally, manage the devices internally. So at all the layer, there is a ManageEngine tool, and all these tools, as I've mentioned previously, integrate very tightly with your Service Desk Plus. So for any area of your business, you can automate tasks, and I'm going to talk about that in my next slide. So as I mentioned, any organization would have some type of workflows, right? So workflows can be very simple workflows as well, just ordering a laptop, or so let's say I'm an employee, I'm going to send an email to my boss saying that, hey, my boss is Jason, so I'm going to send an email to Jason saying that, hey, my laptop is not working, what can we do here? So this can be converted into a ticket. So my email can be converted to a ticket, and then Jason will ask IT guys to check what's wrong with my ticket. IT guys will do the checking. They can remote in from the ticket itself. Sorry, I forgot to mention that previously, that when you integrate Services Plus with Desktop Central, technicians can remote in from the ticket itself as well. So IT guys can remote in. Our IT is outsourced, so IT guys can remote in into my device. They can see what are the issues, whatever things they have done. They can make the note of that, and goes back to Jason. Jason will say, okay, I understand, there are lots of issues. I believe Drew needs a new laptop. Jason approves the new laptop. So that particular ticket can be converted now into a change, and the change can be so basically the change is either to fix something into my laptop or to order a new laptop. So this entire workflow, so there can be so many different types of workflows within your business, within your businesses, and all these workflows can be automated. So I'll give you a very good example of automation of AD manager and integration of AD Manager and Service Desk Plus. So as I mentioned, entire user onboarding and offboarding process can be automated. How? HR fills out a simple form, first name, last name, reporting manager, and a title, role, or maybe like user. On the basis of that, as soon as HR have done that, it goes to, if you want, it goes to reporting manager. Reporting manager checks everything, clicks, accepts it, goes to ticket. Ticket has been created. Ticket has been created, and there are multiple tasks that has been created, because this particular request that is submitted by the HR is that have been submitted using one of the template. So services already knows that these tasks needs to be created. Task number one goes to manager for approval. As soon as manager have approved it, task number two, create an Active Directory account. Active Directory account is either, as I mentioned, is either on the basis of the role that you have mentioned. Is it a systems engineer? Is it a IT analyst, or whatever it can be, or on the basis of the like user. Again, technicians do not have to do anything. The entire process is automated. Service desk is triggering AD manager to do these tasks. So AD manager is creating a Active Directory account. Task 2 completed. Goes to task 3, create Office 365 account, Skype for Business, Google Exchange, whatever third-party applications. All these accounts are created. Task 3 closed. Task 4, assign assets, and whatever it is. So all these tasks can be done, and only thing IT guys have to do is just tick mark, everything is done fine, close the job. Similar process for offboarding. Again, HR filling out simple form, first name, last name, reporting manager, and when is he leaving, date, when is he leaving. Creates a ticket. Task 1 goes to goes to reporting manager. Reporting manager approves it. Yes, this guy is leaving on this day. Task 2 triggers off. On that particular day, the Active Directory account of the user moves to a different OU where all the disabled user accounts are sitting. So basically, account has been disabled. Task 2 created. Task 3 release all the licenses. So Office 365 license, Office 365 license, Skype for Business, any third-party application license. All these licenses are released. Task 3 closes. Task 4. So this entire user onboarding and offboarding process can be automated. And we actually have got many organizations in New Zealand who have whom we have helped in achieving this. Okay. Last but not the least, let's talk about cost optimization with Service Desk Plus. So whatever I have just showed you, you might think that this is something going to cost you heaps and heaps, but the fact is it is actually cost effective. So one thing is, Service Desk Plus ManageEngine launched an ESM version last year before actually. So ESM stands for Enterprise Service Management. Now, within any organizations, all these different departments, IT department, HR department, facility, all these departments, they must be taking request in some form. So either they're using any other third-party tool, or either they're just taking request through Outlook. However, Service Desk Plus, using Service Desk Plus, you can spin up different instances for your different departments. And these instances, they actually work as a standalone instance. So because they work as a standalone instance, you can also license them differently. So let's say that if your IT instance has got enterprise license, your HR probably don't need enterprise license. They only need standard license. And facility, same thing. They only need standard license. So everything is under one umbrella. It is throwing out the risk of having multiple vendors in the organization, A, and B, one instance, one standard instance, up to 5 technicians is available for free. So either your HR or facility is just for free. And because you have got service desk using service desk being used by all these departments, again, different departments will have different business workflows. So you can create n number of workflows for different departments and achieve this automation and business workflows things. So that's number one. And number two, if you do the math and if you calculate the amount of time invested, wasted, spent by the IT guys in doing the manual job, and if you automate few stuff, it is always, the automation is always going to win, because so that like your guys do not have to do manual job and they can actually focus on more project work. So this is how Service Desk Plus can actually help organizations with cost optimization. And you won't believe, during the COVID time, we have helped so many retail businesses with Service Desk Plus ESM last year as a part of cost optimization assistance. Okay, and this is nothing to do with my presentation. It is only to let all our customers know that as a local ManageEngine partner, as your local resource, we have got the escalation process. So, traditionally you must be going to the support team for logging a job. However, if you're not getting proper assistance, or even if you're not getting assistance within 24 hours of SLA, guys, please reach out to us and we will be very happy to assist you. I hope everyone like the webinar. I'm not going to take, unfortunately, I'm not going to take any questions today, but if you want to chat about any of the concepts, because I did not go into too much detail, technicality details, if you have got any of the queries, if you would like to discuss on any of the concepts that I've just spoken, feel free to email me dhruv@softsoil.co.nz and I would be very happy to assist you. Thanks. Bye for now.